You said it's fine 3 times this week. It probably wasn't fine any of those times. Maybe you agreed to something at dinner on Saturday with friends that you didn't actually want to do. And by the time you got home, you were quietly annoyed at everyone else, when really you were the one who said yes. I'm sure you've caught yourself doing this before. Deferring, softening, simply going along with it because it was easier than saying what you actually thought and what you actually even wanted to do. Perhaps you started calling yourself a people pleaser. It's become the label you give yourself, the thing you say about yourself, half joking when you explain why you can't just tell your sister no, or why you're the one who always ends up organising family Christmases. If this is you, then I want you to hear something from me. And I really want you to hear it because perhaps I don't think anyone has ever said it to you this way before. You are not a people pleaser. Somewhere along the way, you were probably told the fix for this is boundaries. Say to everybody else, no, I won't do X anymore. You were told to stop being a doormat. And in fact, you were probably told to put yourself first for once. No doubt you've tried some version of that already. Perhaps you've even bought a book and then you practiced the script in the mirror. Maybe you tried to say no once and it felt so uncomfortable that you went straight back to yes the next time and quietly decided boundaries just aren't for you. So here's why none of that has worked for you in the long term. People pleasing was never actually the problem. It was the behaviour. It's what shows up on the outside. What's underneath it is something nobody's named for you before now. And in fact, it's this. You've stopped trusting yourself. Every time you override your own decision in a situation just so that you can keep the peace, you're telling yourself something very quietly. You're telling yourself that your judgment isn't good enough to rely on. That in fact, someone else probably knows better. That it's safer for you to defer than to risk being wrong or difficult or even appear to be too much. But each time you do that, the deficit grows a little bit more. This isn't dramatic and it's not in a way you'd ever notice in the moment, but it adds up. The same way a small overdraft becomes a large one if you never look at the balance. So each time a little piece of your self-trust is being eroded. And this is why boundary scripts don't hold. You can't in fact out-tactic a trust problem. Saying no with more confidence doesn't fix the fact that underneath you just don't trust your own judgment anymore. So think about how this actually happens. Not in theory, but in the small, ordinary weeks that make up most of your life. Perhaps someone asks your opinion in a meeting, and you have one, clearly. But maybe you watch the room first, gauge what everyone else thinks, and then offer a softened version of it, one that won't ruffle anyone else's feathers. Perhaps you're deciding to do something with the family, where to go for the weekend, or worrying about what to do with a difficult conversation with your mother. And instead of trusting your own read on it, you ask 3 different friends what they'd do. Now, this isn't because you don't have an instinct about what you want to do, but the reality is that you've stopped believing your instinct is enough on its own. Maybe at dinner, your partner suggests a restaurant you don't particularly want to go to, and yet you say it sounds great because objecting feels like more trouble than it's worth over something so small. So if you take each of these moments in isolation, then none of these moments feel significant. And that is exactly the point I am making to you right now. Nobody erodes their self-trust in one dramatic event. It happens in these quiet, forgettable overrides, repeated for months and years until one day you look up and realise you can't remember the last time you made a decision without checking it against someone else first. So this is what I call self-abandonment drift. It's not a breakdown and it's not a personality flaw. It is, however, the predictable result of years of small self-overrides, each one reasonable on its own, each one adding to a pattern that eventually has left you here calling yourself a people pleaser, when really what's happened is that you've quietly stopped trusting yourself to make the decisions, and that should be and it can be you. So if boundaries aren't the starting point, then you're probably asking yourself, what is? It's actually smaller than you'd expect and quieter than any advice you've probably been given. Rebuilding self-trust doesn't start with a big confrontation or a dramatic no. It starts with proving to yourself in small, low-stake moments that your own judgment can be trusted again. So this week, why don't you try this one thing? Find one small decision. It's a genuinely small one, such as what to have for lunch, which route even to take to work, or what you are going to feed your children tomorrow night, and make it without asking anyone else what they think. Now, this isn't because the decision matters, it's because it's the practice that's important. Every time you find yourself making a small decision and you trust it without checking it against someone else, you're doing the opposite of what built the deficit in the first place. You're making a small deposit back into that account. You're teaching your brain that it can trust itself, and this in turn will start increasing your level of self-trust over time. So this isn't about becoming someone who never asks for advice again. It's about remembering that your judgment is allowed to be the first voice you check in with and not the last. So to be clear, you didn't lose your confidence because there's something wrong with you. You've lost it slowly through years of small moments where you chose the easier path over your own instincts. So the good news is that it isn't gone. It's just been quiet for a while, waiting for you to start listening to it again. If any of this feels familiar, then subscribe for more videos and support. You are in the right place.